is Badaanchi talk.
Badaanchi. ¿Qué es esto?
Badaanchi talk.
Badaanchi talk.
Badaanchi?
This is the Badajosa show.
Badaanchi talk.
Say Badaanchi talk.
This is Badaanchi talk.
Badaanchi talk. Filming from the brand new and beautiful set of B&B Studios. This is Badaanchi Talk. I'm Matt Bianchi and this is my partner, Daniel Badajosa.
Yes, we're back and we're better than ever. We would like to thank everyone who's shared our videos and watched it. We appreciate it.
We would also like to thank everyone who's assisted in the making of this video and made it possible for all the awesome things we have to come. Some things to look forward to. We are bringing back FaceTime, which I'm sure Daniel is ecstatic about.
I could barely stand. I love that. And we're also going to bring back our fan question of the week. So for you that want to be part of the show, just send us your topic in Facebook, Twitter, or wherever you would like to reach us.
We're going to add a twist to that fan question. We are going to attempt to do live video chats with the fans who submit these questions. So each week we'll choose one of you, so it could be you.
Also, something new is we're going to bring out our new commercials about our future shows. That way you could get pumped up about what's to come.
Each and every week we will bring you that. Now, as far as this show is concerned, we are going to have two main topics to try to keep this under 10 minutes. We are going to recap the NFL Draft, what we thought of it, and what we think the teams will be able to accomplish this season with it.
And we're also going to talk about round 2 of the NBA playoffs.
So stay tuned. We hope you enjoy the show. The first segment of our show is going to be to cover our recap of the NFL Draft, which we will do by starting with the strange draft that happened there in Dallas this year, which all began with the first round selection of the center Travis Frederick, which didn't make a lot of sense to me.
Yes, the Cowboys traded down their 18th pick and they got up Jerry Jones because Jerry Jones did that, saved money. Yes, it is his talent, but he could have been selected later in the rounds. It was a need though. Tony Romo got a big paycheck in the offseason and they need a big boy to protect them. They also got a receiver and a safety, so they filled their holes.
They did fill the holes in the draft, and they filled them pretty well. The only question that I have, and a lot of other people have, is why they filled it with mediocre talent, and talent that they could have got for a better price. Now, whether or not they saw something in these guys that we didn't, I have no idea. I'm not a genie, and I can't predict that. But as it stands, I gave them a C in my draft grade blog, which is up on the Facebook page if you haven't read it yet. And if you have, thank you.
And there will be more blogs to come. It's me and Matt will keep posting.
The next thing we're going to cover is the division we feel did the best, and that's the NFC West. The weakest team, I think, that drafted this year was the Arizona Cardinals, and I still gave them a strong B.
Yeah, I think they did the steal of the draft getting Tyrann Mathieu. Yes, he has off-the-field issues, but he could make the secondary for Arizona if he's responsible enough this year way better.
He's reuniting with former LSU teammate Patrick Peterson in that secondary and moving to the safety position. So the Cardinals aren't a team to mess with this year. That entire division, who was worst 2 years ago, every one of those teams could potentially make the playoffs this year. So watch out for that to be the strongest division this year.
And the Rams, didn't they replace Danny Amendola?
They did. They got Tavon Austin, out of West Virginia, the speedy receiver. He fills so many issues the Rams had. He's probably a better version of Amendola there in St. Louis.
Yeah, let's see if he stays healthy, because that was the only problem with Danny, right?
That was a huge issue with Amendola there in St. Louis. The final thing we want to talk about is what everybody else wants to talk about, the quarterback draft class this year.
People give this class one of the worst, but I don't think so. Matt Barkley's arm is very strong. Ryan Nafis, CJ Manuel, and of course Geno Smith that was selected by the Jets.
Yeah, going to New York and then the Jets releasing Tebow, I think Sanchez is on the final year of that contract for New York, and he'll probably be holding a clipboard this year.
And I don't see any teams picking him up anyways. I think he lost his touch, right?
Yeah, he's going to be a career backup from this point out, which is terrible for that young man, considering he started his first couple of seasons making the AFC Championship. Just hasn't done enough since.
But then again, I believe it was those defenses that got him there.
Well, the running game was strong then too. LT was still playing.
Yeah.
I think Geno will have a pretty successful career there. I think Matt Barkley will give Michael Vick a good competition. Strange pick for Chip Kelly, but we'll see how that all works out. EJ Manuel going to the Bills, first quarterback taken. That's definitely a risk, but it could all work out.
That's what all about the draft. You make your picks, you regret them later, and sometimes you come up big smiling.
You never know if you're going to have a Tom Brady or a Ryan Leaf.
Alright, our next topic today is the NBA playoffs round 2. What happened today?
Today were the very first games of round 2. Kevin Durant hit a buzzer beater there in Oklahoma City to beat the Grizzlies 93-91, and the Pacers lifted by the Knicks 102-95 there in New York. Very interesting series. Is by the time this airs, it is likely that both the Golden State San Antonio game and the Miami Chicago game will have both played. We will update you that on our Facebook page.
So look out for that. Let's start off with the Memphis Thunder series. I don't think the Thunder have enough with just Durant to beat him. He's not going to make those buzzer beaters every time. The Grizzlies are just going to be too much, am I right?
I would definitely agree. Although Kevin Durant is definitely the biggest talent on that team and one of the best in the NBA, Russell Westbrook is one of the best point guards in the NBA and is highly underrated. They rely heavily on his talent, and even though Fisher and Jackson are there filling in well for him, I just don't think it's going to be enough. I have the Grizzlies taking it in 7.
Yeah, so also Seth Curry has been on fire recently. He reminds Matt of a young Ray Allen.
Definitely. He is showing glimpses of Ray Allen, Reggie Miller, all those three-point kings. Steph Curry is definitely looking like he's going to be the next of his kind. Golden State, they were a nightmare matchup for Denver. Denver just can't cover the 3. I don't think the same thing will happen in San Antonio. Tony Parker is a great defender. San Antonio in 6. What do you think?
I think the Spurs are the veterans, and I think Seth Curry is the only one that will give them a threat, and the Parker will probably cover him tight, so Spurs in 6 as well.
The next game that we need to talk about is Chicago and Miami, and I think Chicago is one of the most well-equipped teams to dethrone last year's champs, even without Derrick Rose coming back.
Yes, Derrick Rose announced today that he will not play this season. I am very upset about this due to the fact that Adrian Peterson shocked the world. But that's football and this is basketball, many people say, but I believe it's the same thing.
I think Derrick Rose probably could have come back. Maybe he's just really concerned, something that we don't know. Maybe the surgery wasn't as successful as we thought. We'll see. I'm sure he'll be back and strong next season. With all that being said, the Bulls could win. Won't be surprised if they do, but I don't think they will.
I love this team. They have heart. Joakim Noah's playing with one leg. They won't play tomorrow because he got the flu and went sent back to the hospital today. Kurt Heinrich may be back. Nate Robinson is playing the best ball he has all in his career. So, I mean, the Bulls can. LeBron needs to step it up, winning his 4th MVP too.
Yeah, LeBron, D-Wade, Bosh. I still think it's a little much for the Bulls. I have them winning in 6, but it could shock you guys.
The Pacers-Knicks series, and I hope you guys aren't friends with me on Facebook.
Me and Daniel had a little friendly bet going on the Pacers-Hawks series, and since he lost, his current profile picture is the Pacers logo. As you know, he's a Bulls fan, so that's pretty embarrassing for him. So if you guys aren't friends with him on Facebook, become friends. Check it out. Have a good laugh. It's hilarious.
I'm deactivating my Facebook. But besides the point. I believe Melo is like carrying his team on his back when he doesn't need to. Stoudemire's coming back in Game 3, but I mean, he has good enough talent, doesn't he?
I have no idea what Melo's doing there in New York. The last few games, they've looked a little rough, and there's so much talent there. Melo, your back's probably hurting, and that's because you're unnecessarily carrying a team full of talent. I don't know what he's doing there, but with that being said, that's going to be a good series. It will go to 7. It's a toss-up.
Yeah, and we will continue talking about this throughout the week, so just check out our Facebook page.
This has been an amazing episode of Badaanchi Talk. We are very glad to be back. We thank you all for watching. Subscribe to our Facebook page. Follow us on Twitter. Subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Follow us on Instagram.
We would also like to thank DJ Silly Rabbit for our intro song. Follow him on Facebook. We will put the details in the description. Also follow him on SoundCloud. He's got some amazing tracks coming out weekly. And thank you all for watching.
You just got your sports overdose. I'm out.
This has been a good show, guys.
Yeah, I think people will like it.
Yeah. Thanks for the filming.
We're going to the bar right now?
We could have Jags if you want.
Alright then. I won't tell Jones.